Welcome back to the Second Control podcast where the entire playbook is open. I'm Josiah.
I'm Christian.
I'm Hayden.
I'm Eli.
If you can't tell, this is a Christmas episode. For those of you who like to listen to audio only, the link's going to be in the description.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today is something fun. We are going to do the Santa draft. So what this draft is we're going to see who's picking first, second, third, and fourth. We're then going to snake draft. And the rules are you need a quarterback, a running back, a receiver, a tight end, and a defensive player. And you need each letter of Santa, so S-A-N-T, and another A to be filled either by a player's first name or the first initial and their last name. So one of the first initial or one of their initials. And so if I chose, let's say someone that starts Santana Moss, someone that's probably not going to get chosen, then my S would be gone.
That was one of the guys on my list.
And I would choose an A. I would still have my A-N-T-A left and the rest of the positions left. We can choose any position at any point. We don't all have to go quarterback in the first round, and we also don't have to go all the letter in the first round. So with that, let's get started with a little random name generator to see who gets to pick where.
Right. This is a competition, so let us know in the comments who wins.
First up is, wow, it's literally on the line, Josie.
All right, what pick you want, Josie?
Who was it on the line with?
You know you want number one with this. Oh, our picks just shoot over.
Do you want the first
no,
over?
He won. He won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was on Josie.
Give me two.
Okay, Josie, we'll pick two. Next up.
And you said snake, right?
Yep, snake.
You suck.
Huh?
Nope, straight up, you're screwed. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, snake.
My name again. Look at that. I'll take three as well.
Eli.
I'm taking one over. I was just playing with you guys. I wanted one all along.
I'm not shocked for that.
Whoa.
That was a good one.
I'm float.
We're gonna put that blooper clip soon.
Yeah, we got experiment
That's a
now.
classic. Hayden.
3 or 4.
I'm gonna go. What do you mean? What? He chose
I'm
me.
mad. I'm gonna be picking last.
Or you could be picking third.
I'm gonna go 4.
Yeah, I'd rather pick 4 than 3.
Because then you get
Three's the worst
Two
spot,
picks in
I
a
think.
row.
Yeah.
All right.
Four and 1.
With my first overall pick, I do not think this is the greatest player of all time by any means. I don't think he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Don't look at my list.
I'm not. I was just looking over
you
there.
literally
I
looked
saw
at
it
my
in that 2 seconds.
It's kind of hard when you're sitting right next to each other.
Spygate.
This is all time, right?
Yeah, all-time players.
Yes,
Should
yes.
mention that.
Nice
I
going,
am
Eli.
going Joe Namath because I hate my list of ends.
Are you stupid?
What
No,
a buzz!
I am
Hey,
going-
let's go. I am.
You are-
You
no.
chose like one of the worst quarterbacks
You
of all
just
time.
set Josie up, bro.
Yeah, Josie, go ahead.
Go ahead,
You say-
Josie. I just don't want to pick another end.
no,
I am so happy
I
right
don't
now.
want
changes
changes
it up.
I am so happy right now.
I know what your first.
You
pick
just
was gonna
wasted
be,
the
but
first
now you're
overall.
I don't want my
stuck,
end to be
aren't
screwed.
you?
I don't want us to
I
be
know who
screwed
your
with my
first pick was
end.
gonna
I
be.
want
It was
great
gonna be yours,
all-time players.
because that was your favorite player you were talking about.
No, honestly, like if you go Joe Namath on his Super Bowl year, that's not a terrible pick. But outside of his
Do we
Super
want
Bowl
to
year,
pull up
it's
his
like,
stats that Super Bowl year? I'm sure they weren't great.
called the shot and they won the Super Bowl, dude.
Guess what? If you're playing in the Super Bowl, you think you're gonna win. I don't understand
But
why
he
we.
called, but he
Bro,
called it
can't
in
just
the
do pick.
Guess what? If you ask Tom Brady before the Super Bowl, hey, are you gonna win this game? He's gonna say yes.
You have a timer, so.
All right. Anyway, so this wasn't going to be my first pick because I thought it was going to be taken. I'm going quarterback as well. I'm going Cam Newton. The versatility in the running and the strength that happens in that play. It's like
gave Hayden his favorite player.
it's like listen,
That's
there's
fine, but you have to realize that you're going to get screwed with an end.
yeah.
Like,
So
you
I do
have-
think that the ends are the hardest. I agree with that. So that's why I'm going Cam Newton. Just
I would go Namath over
the strength.
Newton.
Here's the thing. I get in the red zone. Guess what? I'm scoring a touchdown. It doesn't matter because my guy. You can't stop my guy.
Cam Newton doesn't need the tush push.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Cam
has
Newton
the
is
tush. He
push.
just pushes.
He's
Yeah.
a 6'6" Greek god that probably weighed 255 pounds. Like the guy is a freak of nature. I'm taking Cam Newton.
Okay, Christian.
Adrian Peterson.
It's a good pick.
Okay, so Christian's A and running back are off.
Wait, so now was that the whole first round then?
No.
What am I?
Peyton's still
Chopped liver, Luke? What the heck? Jeez. Pay attention. I'm gonna take my N. I'm gonna go Nick Chubb at running back.
Awesome.
So wait, let's just do so now every round we'll kind of review the round. So obviously you think Namath is a huge reach.
Wait, can I rescind mine?
Nope. No.
Hands off the chest.
Okay.
Draft.
Okay.
It's locked in.
Okay, fair enough.
So the Nick Chubb thing, yes, he's a great running back, but I think that all three of our other running backs are going to be like running like Adrian Peterson. I don't know if Chubb's at Peterson's level.
I think Nick Chubb's the best value. Obviously, Christian still needs to go.
At the end, I don't disagree.
And running backs don't matter. I mean, obviously, this isn't a real team, but from that perspective, with that said, obviously, I did want to change my pick. I just saw another end that I actually valued more. But
All right, so
Wait, you are changing your pick?
no, I'm not.
one thing is,
I'll mention it. I doubt Christian's going to pick him, but I'll mention it at the end.
we'll be. All right, I'll bring something up when Christian picks something.
All right, Omaha, we have audible intermissions after every letter.
Every round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
around.
Even though we like all went.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
Single Blow Rock.
Maybe
That was fast.
Baby, it's cold outside. That's not true.
Mistletoe, Justin Bieber.
That's actually a good pick. Not gonna lie. No, Wham! Last Christmas.
Good.
Last.
Yeah, I like Wham. So
It's the
Careless
most
Whisper.
beautiful time
Hey,
of the
copyright,
year.
copyright.
Yeah, facts. I like Silent Night. I'm kind of boring, but I like Silent Night.
Little Drummer Boy, like Angela on The Office. So
Starring Carrie Underwood and her son.
there you go.
that came out,
Yeah, yeah.
Must watch.
All right.
Luke, what about you?
White Christmas.
White Christmas.
Something magical about snow.
I was waiting for Christian.
All
Why is
right.
that funny?
Wait,
Y'all laughing about it's cold outside.
second part to this first question. When is the earliest acceptable time to play Christmas?
Day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving.
Black Friday.
So that's the way I used to feel, but then I realized that I want to be happy during my life instead of miserable. So now I just play it in November. I don't care. If Thanksgiving sucks, I'm going to say it. I'm going to play Christmas music in
I thought you were saying
What?
otherwise.
No, I do not. You already gave me a fist bump. You
I
agree.
want to take it back.
I want to be happy during my life. Thanksgiving doesn't make me happy. Christmas does make me
I
happy.
think Josie and I
Giving
probably
thanks
agree
doesn't
with
make
that.
you happy.
We give thanks at every holiday, though. Why
You're just
is
a very unthankful, spoiled little brat.
So that's what it sounds like to me.
I just want to enjoy my life, and Christmas makes me enjoy my life.
I mean, I'm a big
The birth of
Thanksgiving
Jesus
guy.
Christ.
I personally am a big Thanksgiving guy. I think it's the only uncommercialized holiday other than NFL. There's not really a whole lot of present, gift giving, things like that. It's kind of just like, unless you're hosting, like show up, see family, eat food, watch football. I love Thanksgiving.
What?
So much to love about Thanksgiving. That being said, in my early years, I would definitely say after Thanksgiving, but my wedding anniversary is on November 5th, and that's when we set up our Christmas tree. So nowadays I say like early November because that's when the Christmas season starts, because one of my gifts to my wife is we set up the Christmas tree on November 5th. So
Christian?
I said that's Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at players right now. That's all.
Everybody answered then?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'm a Grinch. I only like it during the week of Christmas. And then
Oh my, that is like insanely late. So you and I are I want to enjoy my life.
you guys
you
just
want to be
fine.
miserable during
I want
the.
to enjoy my life.
It doesn't sound like it. You want to
No,
just
but-
stand out there in the cold all
I
month.
want to hear the same 20 Christmas songs 10 times each day. It gets annoying. There's only so many Christmas songs. Week of Christmas, and then after the 26th on midnight, it shall not be played again.
Oh, I agree with that part. As soon as Christmas is over,
Why you
take
want to
everything
enjoy
down.
Christmas and be happy? Why not?
Well, then I have 364 days.
That's crack, dude.
Did I? I don't even
Yeah,
think
I
I
don't
did.
Catch it.
I didn't catch it.
Replay it.
all right, round two.
Yeah, Hayden's up.
Hayden.
With no N and no running back.
I'm going to go with my T. I'm going to go for the greatest player of all time, Tom Brady.
I hate you so freaking
So what much?
much.
He did say freaking. I heard it
Next up,
Witchcraft.
through this.
Replay that. Replay.
Christian with 1A left and no running back.
You know what? This might be it. Shoot.
Doo-doo.
This is a tough one.
Wake me up when it's over. Spot all the old Christian. You're not my cousin anymore.
I'm gonna go.
No,
with
no, I'm
T.O.
it's
for my
Santa.
T. Terrell Owens.
Owens.
I was between
Is it just
him
one
and
wide
AB.
receiver?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a good pick.
That's hard. Choice between those two.
To you.
Okay, so Christian is out of a T and a receiver. Good pick.
I'm at this point just going down my list. I'm gonna go running back, and I'm gonna use my T and go LaDainian Tomlinson.
He was on one.
So I have LaDainian Tomlinson and Cam Newton in my backfield. It's like 31 touchdowns in a season. You got 2 MVPs back there. Like, good luck in the red zone.
All right, so I have my A. So we got 2 T's gone. So I'm going to try to stay away from T's. I'm out of quarterback. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with my S. I'm going to go with Barry Sanders.
Oh shoot! That was a
I
good
think
one.
he is arguably the best running back of all time, if not. He's just the most like what if player as well, like so nuts. So I'm going one of the best athletes of all time, Barry Sanders, and I am out of my S's.
And that concludes round 2, right?
Yep. So what'd you guys think of that round? Any reaches? Any shockers? I think that was pretty good.
I think Barry
comfortable with
lasting
that.
that long was sort of a steal. Obviously, this is all time, so there's tons of good players. It's hard to pick a bad player.
I liked my A and my T running backs, but with AP gone, I wanted to go S with my running back, and I was afraid that has anybody else gone S yet? I don't think so. So I was a little afraid that S would be taken at some point.
I definitely am going to come back being bitter with myself that Nick Chubb was my first, just because my other N is so good.
Yeah, I was lost on N, and that's why I panicked with Namath, but I also wanted Namath because I didn't want to have to panic later.
See,
on
I
with
would have
N.
said, but granted, I know we're supposed to talk about round 2. I still would have taken Chubb over both Newton and Namath. So
I don't know.
All right. So, even though we're doing a Santa draft, we want to remember the reason for the season. You guys are going to laugh. If Jesus Christ was a football player, what position would he play?
Yes.
yeah, honestly, yeah. Quarterback. Wait, quarterbacks are selfish and Jesus is unselfish. So definitely not a wide receiver. He's an offensive lineman. He's going to protect us. He's going to have our back. Oh, offensive lineman.
That's be. Is that to be a
I'm
play?
into my draft.
Good analysis,
player
Christian.
position?
Coach, you
So he'd
mean?
be the head coach.
Sure.
A leader of men.
That's what I'm saying.
Mike Tomlin.
Leader of men.
Yeah.
So you have Mike Tomlin's Jesus?
Oh, he's
12. Maybe he'll be the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. 12th man, 12 disciples.
So he's just a fan.
Ooh,
That's
I
interesting.
like that. 12th man.
But he's not the 12th.
No, I was saying he's the coach of the Seahawks. 12 man, 12
Honestly,
disciples,
you know
12
what he would
tribes of
be?
Israel.
He'd be like the groundskeeper because the greatest among you is a servant of all. And so he would be like a lowly position in the organization.
This
One that
year-
serves.
This year when I went to the Steelers game, there was somebody, the line was like long to the bathroom at halftime.
Did you see Jesus at the Steelers game? That's what you're about to say.
He just pulled down his pants all the way to his knees and just started pissing on the side of the
What
wall.
does this have to do with anything?
Because he was talking about like the groundskeepers.
All right, here we go. Here's a better answer. He would work in the concession stands because they'd never run out of food. He would just make more food.
I feel like
That's
that's pretty close to comparing yourself to Jesus since you worked in a concession stand at the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Oh my gosh! Shut up.
But you were also an offensive
All right,
lineman.
who's on the clock?
Yeah, you got me
Who's
there.
on the clock?
Eli's
All
on the
I'm
clock again.
clock.
Round
Ooh.
3.
All right, I have wide receiver, tight end, and defense. I am going with my T, best defensive player of all time, Lawrence Taylor.
Good pick. Good pick.
And I have my S. Wait,
No, you got that's my
All
turn.
right.
That's my pick.
wait. Did I just mess up? Oh, no. I chose Barry Sanders. All right, so I have my 2 A's left.
Yeah. All right. I am also going to take my S, and I'm actually surprisingly also going defensive player in this one. Give me the all-time sack leader. I think the edge is maybe the most important position.
That scared me.
Give me Bruce Smith.
That scared me.
200 sacks in a career. Unstoppable force. Strong, stout.
I'm kind of mad.
This one's
Save
an
it.
old one, but he was good. And I'm gonna go Ozzie Newsome.
All right, that was my N. I'm surprised that you picked him. I'm glad that somebody.
It was tough.
I had him on my list, but
Hall of Fame tight end. I didn't have many great tight ends on my list.
It was tough because Shannon Sharp was there.
Yeah.
I was between those two, and I was like, who do I want to go?
all right, Hayden.
I am, as I was very evidently pleased. I was worried when Josie said S defensive player. I'm going to go arguably the greatest athlete of all time, Deion Sanders, as my defensive
That was my
player.
second guy on the list.
I think obviously Bruce Smith has the career record for sacks, but also if you look at overall impact, cornerback versus edge rusher, but just in terms of those two's individual careers, I think Deion Sanders has an argument for one of the greatest athletes of all time. So I'm going to go
I have S
Deion.
and my 2 A's, right?
You have not your 2 A's, you have AP, so an S and an A.
S and A, that's it.
Yep. And you have a quarterback and a defensive player. But we're all out of defensive players. So what I was going to
Wait,
say, I
we
was
are?
waiting for Christian to choose an N. You could have just waited until the last pick for N if you wanted to, Christian, because we
were
all
all
had our N's.
I didn't even know that.
So like nobody was able to pick Ozzie Newsome. But yeah.
I have 2 A's left, so
I have 2 A's as well.
Oh gosh. me
Uh-oh.
too. This is gonna get bad. All right, I
That-
know who Hayden's gonna pick.
That
here.
concludes round 3, doesn't it?
Yeah.
that does.
Yeah. Luke, do you have an audible or not?
So
Shoot, I'm screwed.
good Christmas present when your kid is getting a football. How many official footballs are made each year? Not
Like for the NFL?
yeah, that's what I mean. Well,
Hey,
like
I have a good one.
NFL and also
I mean, it's my pick.
like the ones that get sold in stores. Wilson footballs.
Well, the NFL uses
no
Nike
idea.
now, don't they? Doesn't the NFL use Nike now?
I don't think so.
Isn't it Wilson?
Am I still? Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, well then let me change it. How many does Wilson make?
Okay.
Because I know.
35,000 more. A lot more.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
500,000.
Close, but more.
More? 630.
More.
722,000.
700. Oh, a little over 700,000 footballs.
Nice.
Wow.
That's wild.
And I think 300,000 of them go in the NFL.
That's wild. Well, you got to think they have different balls for kickers and they have different balls for Tom Brady because he has less PSI inside of him.
Does
so-
college, does like Division 1 use it too? Because think about how many colleges
Oh,
from
gosh.
D1, FBS, FCS, D2,
I think an
D3.
indoor game uses about 35 footballs, and an outdoor game, depending on how bad, can be like 54 footballs.
I mean, I'm thinking even coaching high school football, we have probably 50-ish balls just alone.
Are they Wilson?
I'm not sure, but we're a small high school. Like, so,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot.
all right. I am up at the start of round 4. Obviously, I made it clear, Ozzie Newsome. There weren't a ton of tight ends that I wanted. Looking at the A's, it's the only
I'm so
letters I have
screwed.
left.
I'm so screwed.
I have to go Antonio Gates as my tight end.
Did I go home? I was between them two.
I should have went him number 1, honestly.
I'm sitting pretty.
I'm between
going
two
into this last round.
I messed it
defensive
up.
players, both considered one of the greatest. Shoot.
Can't be better than Deion Sanders. So I mean, just. All right,
I think I'm gonna
put the time
go
clock on.
Michael Strahan over Junior Seau for my defense.
Well, why did you just get? Oh, I guess we
Doesn't
already
matter.
used
Yeah,
defense.
we're
Doesn't
out of
matter.
defense.
It's a tough one.
It's not a bad one.
It's not bad, but that was a tough one for me.
My pick.
Yeah.
Eli's so depressed now.
So I'm gonna
Did I lock your pick in with
I'm
my one pick?
I'm gonna have to hold off on the tight end one now because I got to think of something. So I'm gonna go a wide receiver, a guy who arguably in his prime had the greatest probably 6-7 year stretch of any wide receiver in NFL history. Take the drama out of it. Give me Antonio Brown. So that's who I'm taking. So I have Cam Newton, LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Brown, Bruce Smith.
You should get a backup so that when Antonio Brown runs off the field without his jersey.
Listen, dude, I get that Antonio Brown's been in the media for so many other things, but like
When he was
Man.
Yeah.
something special when he was with the Steelers.
I wanted to reunite
What's the-
Brady with AB on my team.
So
I was between
Yeah, I was
AB
about
and
to say
Teal,
that.
but I thought Teal had.
I miss the old AB.
Seriously, he was so good. Like he
Yeah, but
was.
who's better, him or Teal? That's who I
He would
was
still
really
be playing
between,
right
dude.
now.
That was so.
He
I
would
had
tough.
Teal
still
on my
be
list.
playing right now.
Yeah, 100%. And he'd be in the Hall of Fame if he wouldn't have let his whatever get in the way.
All right, I'm going. I have receiver and tight end left. I'm so mad at my tight end.
Baron Scouter
I'm
trying to help
mad
you.
I didn't go Aaron Donald at defense and chose a different tight end.
Oh,
I didn't even think of it. We all whiffed on
No, I
that.
couldn't. I already did Adrian Peterson. So
But Lawrence
Aaron
Taylor, I
Donald.
still think is the greatest defense
Yeah.
player at all time. But I think I could have because my tight end is not good. Or I mean, it's Mark Andrews, like,
That's a good pick.
but
He's a
all
solid
time
player.
tight end. It's so
do an
like
S?
that's not even.
That's not
It doesn't.
bad.
Eli, did
It's-
you do an
I
S
don't
yet?
hate that at all.
I don't think you should be
Yeah, I have my
beating
2A. I have Barry Sanders. I think I have the best running back ever in Barry Sanders and the best defensive player ever in Lawrence Taylor. But my rest is like mid.
I think Josie's. I think that's a good pull for tight end. I think Josie's.
But for all time tight ends, it's just like I could have had.
Oh.
Once we're done, I'll tell you what I would have. Wait, let me see if I. All right, I would have done Aaron Donald at defense and Tony Gonzalez or Travis Kelce at tight end. Like I think that's an upgrade over Lawrence Taylor at defense and Mark Andrews at tight end. That's what I think I should have done. I think I screwed myself with
He's on the
leaving the
clock,
A's. Huh?
Josie's on the clock.
No, it's me
No,
again.
he's picking-
Oh, yeah.
That was
Well,
that
that's
other
the other
round.
round.
yeah.
Thoughts? So we had picked in that round was Hayden had Antonio Gates, which very good pick. I think me and Josie would have gone him if he was there for ours, but expected. Christian, you went. Did you
Michael
go?
Strahan.
Michael Strahan. I think that's good. He's fun, but
He was 1 sack behind. He was half a sack behind Lawrence Taylor.
yeah. And then
I think
Josie-
Deion Sanders and Lawrence Taylor are
Oh, yeah.
way ahead of Bruce
See,
Smith.
I just think the argument
Michael
about
Strahan,
him
though.
being half a sack away from Lawrence Taylor is just a good argument for him.
Yeah, but LT is like LT.
I'm not saying he's not the greatest. I just think it's a good guy to have him, and he's a half sack behind LT.
I like the AB pull. I wanted to reunite him with Brady.
Really? You're gonna pick AB?
I was between
that-
B and TL for that pick.
Like my goal was to try to get the top 5 at each position for like obviously names are gonna throw like no Namath I don't think is a top 5 quarterback of all time, but I was fine with sacrificing.
Can't believe that was the number one.
I'm fine with. I'm not even mad at that. I'm more mad that I didn't do the Aaron Donald, Kelsey, or probably Tony Gonzalez over Kelsey thing instead of the Andrews. I'm not mad at
Thought
my
about Tony
Namath pick.
Gonzalez.
He has more picks than touchdowns.
Who Namath?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I really don't hate my name.
You would
It's
take
Broadway
Gonzalez over
Joe,
Travis Kelsey.
huh? Probably for an all-time draft. Probably yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, who did we rank above in our tight end?
Think
We did Kelsey over them. I'm pretty
did
sure.
we?
We went
We did
Gronk.
Gronk, Kelsey, Gonzalez.
You sure? I think we.
Anybody do sharp?
Well, Eli got mad because we put Sharp in, but then Gates has like double his touchdowns.
Gates was like insane.
So we put him in, but then Eli regretted it instantly.
Do you want to go audible or do you want us to go into the last round?
I got one more. What's your favorite Christmas food / drink / dessert cookies?
Sprite cranberry.
Amen.
I mean,
It's the thirstiest time of the year.
Is there a new kind? Isn't it like winter spice?
It's the same.
It's the
They
same
changed the
thing.
name.
It's not as good.
Oh, so it is a different.
It tastes different, I think.
I mean, I don't know what's a typical Christmas thing because our dinner, since it's like Christmas is on my birthday, I get to choose a dinner. It's like steak. So I mean,
yeah,
I
happy
get kind
birthday,
of
Christian.
spoiled.
if
We get
this
kind of
is airing your
spoiled for
Christmas.
dinner at our house. So I would have to say the steak I have. But
And I'm a toddler, so I don't really like eat during holidays. Like I don't eat steak, so
Do you like hot chocolate or?
I like hot chocolate. My mom makes a really good upside down apple brown
Oh,
sugar
yeah.
pecan pie.
Shit.
Yes,
Friend of the
Kelly,
show.
Kelly, Rita.
Not grandma's
Okay, two
Polar
of our
Express
hosts would-
pie or pizza. Make your own pizzas.
That's fun. Grandma listens to this.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. That's not
Okay,
your favorite.
I was gonna say,
Why isn't
I
that your
like it.
favorite then.
No, but is it your favorite?
No. Shout out Grandma Gmo.
Shout out Dolores, another friend of the show.
another voice crack.
Please pan
Friend of
over
the
to
show,
Josie.
friend of the Joe.
That one wasn't. The first one wasn't.
I swear to God, it was.
I don't know if this counts, but my family on my dad's side, we do ravioli every Christmas Eve.
So he's
homemade?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds-
So with like homemade sauce, homemade ravioli. So we peg out on that, but I don't know if that counts as Christmas food.
I mean, if you eat it on Christmas, then.
Yeah. About you?
I don't know, it's tough. Good Christmas ham.
Like a thick
Oh yeah.
honey. Yeah.
Good. Hickory honey ham.
Yeah, that's good. Yo, Grandma didn't. Are we doing Polar Express this year?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're doing Polar Express. You didn't know
Do we have a date? Christmas is 2 weeks away.
The last Friday before Christmas. For those who don't know, Polar Express night is a family tradition where we go to my grandmother's house, Dolores, as previously mentioned. She works with Josiah, me, Christian, and Luke. We have hot cocoa, and we also have make your own pizzas. I tend to fall asleep during the movie. Christian and Eli bicker. Eli,
No, I fell
Nah,
asleep.
we have fun. All right, last round. I'm starting it off between two wide receivers. And it looks like, so I'm between Art Monk and Andre Johnson. I'm leaning towards Art though. Syracuse legend, Hall of Famer. I think I'm gonna go with Art. I think he's not like when he's in the discussion for greatest receivers all time, but I would never put him as the number one receiver at all time. But I think he deserves to be in the discussion.
Interesting.
You don't think so? You think
Continue.
just 'cause of his
We'll
time?
discuss at the end of the round. We'll discuss at the end of the round. Josie?
Yeah, I mean, there's not many options left at the position that we're talking about. Obviously, here I have A and I have tight ends. I mean, a couple names that popped in my head if I wanted to go more blocking and like maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Unestablished. Anthony Ferkser's popping in my mind.
I know, dude. I was so lucky with Mark Andrews because
I was gonna say Mark Andrews.
I was thinking Andrew Corliss.
He's naming a third string tight end that's active right now.
You're screwed.
So
He tried to like play it off as like a halfway decent pick too. He was like, yes.
Who took Gates?
I did.
But here's my thing. And it's
Alan Lazard,
he's
but
like-
put him at tight end.
hey,
He's a solid tight end, good blocker.
and here's the thing.
Aaron Rodgers.
You
at
really
tight
just
end.
tried to pull that over everyone's head.
Anthony Ferks is a deep cut. All
I
right.
guess you could say Andre
He's
Johnson.
actually underrated if you guys think about it. He's like a top 5 tight
Yeah,
end.
this is
I didn't
bad.
say that. I didn't say all that. But
Let's hear it.
if
Rationalize
you
it.
thought no, if you thought that Eli's pick was controversial with the
what,
first one,
Namath?
I'm gonna go 2 A's. Guy who played 3 seasons in the NFL, Aaron Hernandez. Listen, take out the personal.
I respect
off-field
it. I
stuff.
respect it.
He was a dog. He was
Hall of
very
Famer
good.
if he
Yeah.
would have been held.
Look at this.
Thank you for joining in on our last episode.
Listen, guys. He had 3 seasons. In his
No,
second
that's
season,
a pull. That's a pull. I'm with it. This is a good one.
Guys, in his second season,
That's a good
as
pick.
a tight end 2 on his team, he had 910 receiving yards in 14 games.
I would rather go him over
Maybe that's what made him
Ferkser.
choose.
Stop, dude. Listen,
Dude, that was a good pick.
listen. In the touchdowns,
I guess we couldn't just leave him hanging there.
Oh my god.
That's worse than what I said.
We've
All
done
right, anyway,
controversial the last couple
listen,
episodes.
Cut.
I didn't even. I was.
No.
Guys, listen. In 38 games played in his NFL career, he had 175 receptions for 1,956 receiving yards and 18 touchdowns.
Does that count how many
I'm
people
with
he
you.
killed?
Dude,
Yeah, this is bad.
No,
no, it's not. That's a pull.
focus on the football. No, good pick.
Focus on the football.
We're focusing on the football. Okay, we didn't get all over Christian for choosing Adrian Peterson.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
You got all over
That
me
was a
earlier
different
in the
episode. That was a
episode.
different episode.
That was a different episode.
Okay, I still went. Whoosh.
Listen, dude, I'm sticking with it, and I'm saying that was an absolute pull.
Great
Alright.
pick.
Thank you. I appreciate
Great pick.
that.
I have an
Yep.
A left. I'm going one of the greatest quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers.
Yep, I mean,
Good pick.
I think Christian wins this draft, honestly. Hayden, last
Well,
place.
I don't know who wins it, but Eli
get on.
loses it. If you look at Eli's team is garbage.
Dude, wait till I read off Art, dude. Wait till I read him off.
So Eli chose Art Monk.
Yep. Should I pick
your
Andre
pick, you're on
Johnson
the
over
clock.
him?
I'm gonna choose Devontae Adams. Are you kidding me?
I think Art is. All right, you ready for this? You ready? Here we go. NFL records. First player. So he like started and when but
All right,
you
I
have
have
to
something
compare
to
it
say.
to the
Okay.
time. Like they weren't throwing as much.
we
It started to
just-
pick up.
Can we
Ready?
go over the teams now?
Ready? NFL record. First player to record a touchdown reception in 15 consecutive seasons. Consecutive seasons with at least 35 receptions. First player to record over 102 receptions in a season. First player to record over 100 receptions in the Super Bowl era. First player to record back-to-back seasons with 1,200 yards and 90 receptions. First player to reach 820 receptions in a career. First player to surpass 900 career receptions, finishing with 940, which was the all-time record at the time. First player to record at least one reception in 180 consecutive games. Dude, 180 consecutive games. With
Don't
a catch.
care. Good
Okay, you
pick.
have
Let's
your
go.
you have your stats. You ready for
Okay,
my stats?
yeah.
So when did he play?
Jeez.
But then
No,
why are we
when
even,
did he
like-
play? Tell me when he played.
We should have just done.
Tell me when he
He
played.
played 1984 to 96, I think.
Okay, I actually don't have anything. So.
1980 80 to 90.
I thought he was older than.
And he still holds a ton of, and it's listed here as Redskins records. But Washington.
Oh, shocker! Yeah.
Yards from scrimmage, receiving yards, receptions in consecutive games. Like 164 games with at least one reception, I think is insane. That's 10 season with a reception in every game.
Okay,
Think
look
of
at,
like the current receivers that get shut out in games, like randomly.
Okay, let's look at Art Monk highlights and then let's look at Devontae
Can
Adams
we go over
highlights.
the teams first?
Yeah. All right. So here we go. So we got Josie at quarterback, Cam Newton, running back, LaDainian Tomlinson, receiver, AB, tight end, Aaron Hernandez, and defense, Bruce Smith.
Look, should we all go through and like talk? Like, I feel very comfortable about. My
I
team.
love your.
good.
I actually.
Team's good.
I
My
love your
team-
team. I love your
My
team.
team is touchdown monsters.
Mine's
Like they're
not.
just. I have a sack killer on the defensive side,
Stop saying killer.
and then
This is terrible.
the guys that I have on the offensive side, like good luck stopping them, dude. Like once I get the ball, you're not stopping me on.
right.
Yeah, because AB and Aaron Hernandez are gonna do something to somebody.
We're on the naughty list.
Why?
I just think
You guys are overreacting.
if Hernandez had those 3 years and then fell off the earth, and like it wasn't like he's mostly
wouldn't have
known
fallen
for,
off the
for-
earth, though.
But I'm just saying.
That's just because the uncultured fan doesn't appreciate how
Fine.
great he was.
I'm taking Tim Tebow at tight end. Is that better? His college quarterback.
Jason,
There you go.
All right, Hayden's team, Tom Brady, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, Antonio Gates, and Dion.
fast.
That's good.
Thank you,
Hayden-
Luke. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate the
I don't
respect.
hate my team, but I think Hayden and Christians are the best. Christian, we got Aaron Rodgers, AP, Terrell Owens, Ozzie Newsome, and Michael Strahan. I think that's a really solid team. And then myself, Joe Namath, Barry Sanders, Art Monk, Mark Andrews, and Lawrence Taylor.
I think Kane's
I think
better. I think
Algae
Kansas
Crumpler. Algae Crumpler. My
Oh,
next
yeah,
tight
yeah,
end
yeah.
with Atlanta.
That would have been a good one, actually.
I
I
already said AJ Brown.
No.
I said Antonio Brown.
was trying to go like
NAB.
actual like old people.
all time, right?
Yeah.
Like when I think
No, I
of
know,
all time
he was
arguments,
on my
I
list
think
too,
of
but-
Like I would
I
have
took
loved to do
Antonio
some
instead.
now players, but I mean, I think Hayden's team's the best just because of Deion Sanders as his defensive guy.
I think that what separates
I like your
me
guys' too.
is the tight end and defensive player. I think that the QB, running back, wide receiver trio between all three of us, with the exception of
You don't
Eli,
think T.O. is better than Devontae?
I think he's better, but I think holistically, I'm taking Tom Brady over Rodgers still.
All right,
And I feel like Adams, when it's all said and done, might end up being better than T.O.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. He's been on a rough. I don't know. I mean, you're right.
He's
Yeah.
dominating with Aiden O'Connell at quarterback. But so the tight end, Antonio Gates is pretty not really up for debate. He's the best tight end out of our four. And then defensive player, I think Eli is the only one who has a better defensive player than me. So I think the tight ends and defensive players kind of separate my team from everyone
So
else.
I think the argument with the defensive players is like you said, like impact, like taking away half the field is like where does the most impact come from on a defensive player? Because like
Probably on the
when you think
line.
about cutting off half the field, like who do you have on the other side?
I think what makes
like,
it hard.
I think that the question then becomes like, okay, well, if Deion's shutting down this half of the field, is this side of the field getting exposed? Do they just not have to throw to Revis Island over on this side?
mean, it's
as opposed to
right.
somebody who's going to get to the quarterback in less than 3 seconds, and they have to get rid of the ball quicker.
Okay, look at the example that you just used, though. Revis Island, the 2009, 2010 Jets. The Jets defense was really good. So I
They
think
also
that
had,
proved.
they had Antonio Cromartie on the other side. Like they had a
Okay.
dog. They had the best
What,
CB2 of all time
what
on
makes
the
our
other side.
defensive players hard to like between our teams is that Eli has the best player at his position of all time. Hayden has the best player at his position all time. I have like a guy who's probably like top 10 from this like the same
hard
position as
picking
Lawrence
one
Taylor. It's
defense.
just hard because
There's so many edge rushers, and there's not that many corners.
Like,
There's
I was
only one
about to
guy who's
pick
ever had
Junior.
200 sacks in a career.
like
Bruce Smith.
I almost picked Junior.
Okay,
Sailor.
but are
He's
you
arguably the
seriously going to
second best
take him
linebacker of all time,
over
but
some of the
behind Ray
other
Lewis,
edge
but-
rushers? Like Reggie White's interior, but like
Imagine you played for 10 seasons. You averaged 20. That means you averaged 20 sacks in your career. Obviously, he didn't only play for 10 seasons. But even if he played for 20 seasons, which he didn't, that means he averaged 10 sacks, is double-digit sacks for an entire career.
the consistency is there, but also I feel like the dominance is. There's a lot more dominant.
I think there is a recency bias with that, but I do agree that like there are other guys, but like I just think that recency bias says that Bruce Smith isn't as great as he was. Bruce Smith was an absolute legend, one of the greatest defensive players.
That's a
It's
fair
the same
statement.
argument we've had all along. Where are you comparing players like talent wise? I'm not arguing at all that Devontae's better than Art. You know what I mean? But it's like the same argument every single week that we have when we talk about all time players. Is it like, are we talking about actual talent, or are we like saying further time, like what we talked about with Dicka? But it's tough. I just want to go through a few snubs before we wrap up. Do we need to pause? Are we good to?
I don't know.
The dogs just want to say hi.
All right, so keep. I didn't know if someone.
we
was at the door
we
or
film in
something.
our living room for those who don't know.
All right, but some snubs. Steve Young, Aikman,
I
Bradshaw,
thought about Steve Young, but I went-
I had Santonio Holmes on there, Super Bowl MVP.
Tony Dorsett, Gale Sayers, Emmett Smith,
Gail Sayers was one that I was
Marcus
really-
Allen, Sean Alexander. Jordy Nelson was like if I wasn't really in trouble with my ends, or Rob Ninkovich, but like I was really hoping it didn't get to those two. Andre Johnson, I almost went with Tyreek Hill, Lynn Swan, Steve Smith.
Christian chose Tyreek, didn't he?
Oh yeah, wait, no,
that
I
was
think
the top
he.
three. That was my top. Three.
Oh yeah.
I think tight ends were our big one, where nobody went Shannon, nobody went Tony Gonzalez, and nobody went Travis Kelce.
And
Thank-
Gronk.
I thought for
And
sure
then-
Kelsey would be gone.
And then Aaron Donald as well. I'm still mad that I didn't go with Tony and Aaron Donald, but at the same time, I'm happy I got Lawrence Taylor.
All right. Well, the dogs are telling us to wrap it up.
Let me wrap it up real quick. Everyone's favorite Christmas movie.
The
Grinch.
Santa Claus. What the live action?
Live action Grinch.
Yeah, the only correct version.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's Grinch is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
I like the Santa Claus.
Bro.
It's just so
I
hard.
said
to
that. I said
pick
Jim
Santa
Carrey's
Claus.
Grinch. Greatest Christmas movie.
All right, so we got two Grinches. I was gonna say Santa Claus, but I'm gonna throw out Elf also.
I like Christmas with the Cranks.
Mr. Narwhal.
That's a good one.
Hope you find your dad.
Did somebody say the original
Bye,
Santa
buddy.
Claus?
Hope
The
you
first Santa
find
Claus?
your
Yeah, that's what you
dad.
said. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
Christmas
pick.
with the Cranks is my pick. Another Tim Allen Christmas movie. Underrated.
All right, sweet.
All right. Well, Scout and Bear saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas from the Second and Short podcast. Enjoy the time with your loved ones. We'll see you guys next week.